I do want to announce that our Master of Ceremonies, Steve Kasha, he operates a business called Kasha Communications. And at lunch, we talked to a few people about, who do I use for soft skills training, which is something that is different than what we do. It's kind of the way I'd say it like this is that where we start teaching customer service and things like that is already a level we expect a certain level of professionalism and people skills and communication skills. What Steve does is bridges the gap between a green person who has no idea about what to do with customer service and brings it to that next level first, and then we get more specific about the strategies. So I think if you're looking for somebody who can talk to your team, either visit your place and get those basic skills, like the right language, the inflection, the tone, all that kind of stuff. He does a great job with that. He also has a DVD series, and what I would say is this: you better, if you're interested in that kind of training for your people, get it now, because I've been hounding him to raise his price for the last 5 years, and someday he's going to listen to me, because it's worth a hell of a lot more. I'm not even sure what it costs, but every time I hear the price, I just how the hell can anybody offer it for that price? And so,
selling volume.
Is that? Yeah, right. Yeah. That's why you're out here with a desperate plea to sell your products. No, actually, it's great stuff, and I'd recommend it for any company. It's a DVD set on the basic communication skills. It has testing and comprehension testing and things like that with it. So, excellent program. And talk to Steve. By all means, talk to him and see if you can pull those DVDs out. He might even have some here. You have any here to sell, Steve?
We have order forms.
Oh, order forms.
Any companies that have not invested in them yet, we need to do so.
Yes, and also I wanted to talk a little bit about the Objectomatic. Now we have Julie. Is Julie here? See, she has been attending my own session. She's sick of me. Anyway, what we did, I'm not sure. I think we have 8 of those. We brought 8 of those Objectomatics with us. All right. So I'm willing to make a special offer just for today, so we don't have to bring these things home or ship them home. Is take $50 off each one of them, and it would be $247 as opposed to $297 as the current price is right now. So if you're interested in that, if you want to take one home with you, please see Julie or Colette, and they will let you have one right now in your own possession, as opposed to ordering it through the mail and things like that. You can also lose the shipping and handling from it as well, too. Okay, with all that, I want to introduce Mr. Steve Kasha as he's going to introduce our last speaker. Go ahead, Steve.
Are we ready to rock? Woo. I thought I was coming here to help a friend. Joe invited me to be the MC. And I said, you know what, on Saturday I've got to be in Las Vegas. I'm speaking at the HVAC Excellence Conference. So I thought I'll come out west just a couple of days early and do this. And Joe, this conference has exceeded expectations. I am walking away with so much knowledge from the speakers and just from speaking with many of you. So I thank you so much for that. This last presentation is one that you will be thankful that you stayed for. And the person who is going to introduce our next speaker is a young lady I got to know a little better last night. We sat together outside. It was nice and warm. It was nice and intimate. There was some sangria, wine. There was a laptop. And there was a business presentation. And this lady is this lady is articulate, creative, and she's a good writer. So I urge you, pay attention, sit up straight. Joni, go get them.
Well, thank you so very much, Steve, for that kind introduction. It was a very nice evening over sangria, great talks about your industry. So what you're going to be learning about here today is from a young man who also enjoys the sangria, but also has his own HVAC company. He's actually been featured in HVAC News and a couple times. And what you're about to learn is this spiky-haired young individual actually knows a lot about online reputation. He actually wrote the book on it. It's called Stop Marketing, Be Remarkable. You should pick yourself up a coffee. But I'm the lead trainer here at Review Buzz, which you're going to be learning a lot about. And I'm very happy to introduce our fearless leader, Mike Montano.
Expecting activity for accomplishment, leaves your goals unattained.
All right, mic's on? Outstanding. Well, thank you, Joni. And definitely, it's been an awesome event. Joe, kudos to you, to Julie. You guys rocked this place. The venue is extraordinary. What Steve said earlier is something that's very, very true. Every time we come to these events as looking to give, we end up getting back. And I'm sitting in the back of the room. I learned a lot of great content, some good stuff. You guys definitely had a great, great event here. And I think we all should give Joe one more round of applause for being extraordinary. Being truly remarkable, Joe, Uncle Joe. All right, so my story, I literally started in my closet, as you can see right here. As a contractor at 23, I decided that I wanted to be in the business, and my apartment was so small that I had to literally take the doors off the closet in order to find a space for my desk. So that's literally where my business started. That's where I started brainstorming and trying to figure out angles and ways to grow my company. Back then, I was up against a lot of big competitors, guys that had double truck yellow page ads there was no way and no chance I was going to have the visibility they had and grab the market share. So fortunately, I was forced to go down the path of the internet. And I became a student of the internet and really dove in deep and got really excited about it. I really loved to learn, and I was young and I was hungry and I was not about to let my small family down. So that's sort of how that business was born and what really drove me to do what I'm doing today. With a lot of persistence and a lot of learning, I was able to rank really high online. In fact, I owned Google's keywords for the high-quality keywords like water heater repair, plumbing repair, heating, air conditioning repairs, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like number 1, 2, and 3 positioned on the first page. I was getting so many calls that we were like weeks and weeks booked out. So I was really, really excited, and our company was growing by leaps and bounds at the time. What ended up happening, however, as time went on, I started to see my call count slip. And what I'm finding out was it wasn't about the traffic. I was getting all the traffic. What was happening was I was losing the traffic because people were bouncing off my website. They were landing on my website and they were looking for things that they can find that were trustworthy. And I lacked those things. In fact, that was what I realized, that was light bulb went off, and I found that credibility elements on your website are absolutely critical. It's not what we say, it's what our customers say that absolutely matters. And having that reinforced by credibility sites like Google and Facebook and all these major, highly influential review sites is what I needed to figure out a way to get more reviews. So that's literally how the Review Buzz was born, out of my own necessity. I didn't go out to start the business because I wanted to create another business, because God knows my hands were really very full with this business. But I saw the opportunity because I'm like, if I can create more conversions with less traffic, that means I'm spending less money on marketing. So that's sort of that beginning. I'm going to tell you a quick story about a great inspirational person that decided, of all things, he was going to run a race. In fact, this guy was 63 years old and an Australian farmer. And one day, he shows up to this race. Not just any race, a race that was over 600 miles long. A race that he was competing against world athletes that were sponsored by Nike, New Balance. These guys have been training their whole lives for this kind of event. And what Cliff decided to do was he was going to register. So he walks up to the front and wearing bib overalls and rubber boots because he thought it might rain, and registers. And they look at him like completely crazed. Like, how is this guy possibly going to run this 600-mile race in rubber boots? And they asked him, have you ever ran a race before? And Cliff's like, nope. And you're starting with a 600-mile race? Yep. Why? Because I always wanted to run a race. It wasn't about he couldn't do it. He just knew he needed to get started. So the next thing you know, the gun goes off. All these guys take off. And here comes Cliff Young right behind him. Just shuffling this fast. And like, there's no way this guy is going to finish this race, right? Well, what Cliff Young didn't realize was that you were supposed to stop. And while the others were sleeping, he was shuffling right past them. He did not only finish this race, he actually finished first and broke the record by over a day. He had no idea what he was getting into. He just started. And that's what I wanted to bring you guys today. I want you guys to understand, internet is very complicated. Lead generation is very complicated. But if you just get started, I promise you, you won't regret it. Because if you can get ahead of the curve right now and bring in your number one most powerful salesperson, your customer, into your marketing, you're going to be extraordinarily farther than your competition will be. And you'll be able to pass them up while they're sleeping, right past their areas where they're resting. So lead generation. All of us are about getting more leads. All of us need more leads. That's how our businesses work. Without leads, we're dead. I mean, there's no chance that we can survive outside of bringing more leads to our business. So there's all kinds of ways of getting leads. Getting leads through pay-per-click, getting leads through direct mail, getting leads through SEO optimization. But again, it comes down to one thing, and that's what influential items you have on your website or on these different web properties to determine whether their customer is going to call you. The old school days, in fact, I don't want to miss anything here. I had some notes. Oh yeah, this is important. The ideas around social media and how Facebook is important to us as contractors is a bunch of crap. The reality of it is, your customers don't want to be our friends on Facebook, all right? They're not interested in becoming retweeting our plumbing suggestions or how to fix a toilet. It's not what the social media is about. Social media is designed around helping, cool things be talked about and discussed. But the reality with social media, what you can do with it, is leverage what your customers are saying about your business. And that really is important. I don't want anyone here focusing any energy that's not necessary, that's not going to bring you guys new business. It's great to have likes and all those different things and all those elements of credibility, but don't get overly sold on the concept of I want to be cool and I got to keep up with the Facebook and the Twitter and all this other crap. It doesn't make your business phone ring. What makes your business phone ring is other customers that are all saying the same thing. Hey, these guys are great. These guys, you go to Facebook, you go to Google, you can see these guys have great reviews. You go to Yahoo, these guys got great reviews. You go to yellowpages.com, these guys got great reviews. You guys go to Yange's List, they got great reviews. Those are all elements of credibility, and that's really, really what I want you guys to focus on. In the old school days of wee marketing, I call it, are dead. We don't want to be the guy out there saying, we're the biggest, we're the best, we have the best prices in town. That's all you talking. You want to let your customers speak on your behalf. Give your customer the power of their voice, and you're going to see a lot more business come your direction. So speaking of giving your customers the power voice, can I get a raise of hands of all existing ReviewBuzz users right now? All right. So we have quite a few guys. In fact, Mike Cottle, you were one of the early adopters, and I think you were the first 10 contractors to join our program. And if you don't mind me asking you, how many reviews do you have to date? Do you have an idea roughly? Or maybe actually your marketing, was she here? Lauren?
I think she's outside having a...
Oh, Lauren didn't, I missed my opportunity. But you have...
She's here. She's out in Montano.
But you have more than hundreds of reviews, right? You have at least 200, 300, 400 reviews?
Yes.
Okay. So, and anyone else have a substantial amount of reviews since being on the program as well? Well, you're a big guy, so he's got a lot of reviews.
Can I comment on that?
I would love you to comment on it. In fact, we have a microphone. Where's that microphone at that we did? You take it back there, Joni? Oh, Steve's got a microphone. Perfect.
Project well enough? Thanks, Steve. My pleasure.
Actually, we had reviews before Michael introduced this to us. We had reviews online that we didn't even know existed, and I think there was a couple of them that were very favorable, and there was a few that were negative. So we weren't showing very likable in the public's eye. So Michael has helped us expose that to us, and then turn the whole thing around. So definitely highly recommend the service.
Thank you, Mike.